Let's face it. Let's face it. It's a big day for us zombies people today. It's a big day for us zombies people. Trailer drops out of the sky from nowhere. I was asleep. I told you guys yesterday, if you were here yesterday for the stream, you guys know my sleep schedule has been completely messed up. And once again, last night I fell asleep at midnight around there, and I woke up at around 1:30 or 2 a.m. and was then up until about 7 this morning. Slept until nearly 1 o'clock this afternoon, my time. And first thing I do is I hop on and I check. I'm checking on my stuff and like reaction to a trailer. What are you talking about? Trailer. What's up, Dark? And then I hop on and I see the trailer. So I have it posted on my channel. And obviously, I would think you guys have seen it by now. We're going to watch it. Again, you're looking at the preview screen of it right now. And again, if you're not mature enough to handle it, because it says so right there from Call of Duty, get the hell out. It's pretty exciting stuff. I've watched it twice, so I have a little bit of an idea. I mean, I know what we're going to see, but we're going to dive deeper into it, and there is an article that was published today from Treyarch as well. It's on the Call of Duty blog site. We're going to go through that as well right after we watch this. There's a couple of things that will stand out immediately to you. What's going on there, Mitchell? Good to see you again. You haven't seen it yet. Okay, so I kind of want to give this like a couple of minutes. I'm just going to talk for a couple of minutes just so the notifications roll out. People can show up. I want everybody to be able to see the trailer and us going over it. We're going to watch it more than once. We're going to watch it. We're going to read this article. We'll probably watch it again after we go over the article and everything because there's more information in there. I actually haven't read it. I quickly scanned it. There are a couple things. What's up, Eric? By the way, everybody go ahead and drop a like if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate you for doing so. Helps me out huge. It's the YouTube algorithm thing. And chat away. Just chat away. Just put zombies emojis in the chat. Do whatever. Just keep chatting. Keep it going. So again, we're going to give it just a couple of minutes to start here to let the notifications and everything roll out so people can show up and be here for this. And if you're watching later as a VOD, I love you. Go ahead and hit subscribe and like. And chat. Thunder! Dude, I've been wondering about you, man. I've been like, holy shit, where's Thunder? I hope nothing happened to him. I haven't seen him forever. What's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. I was getting nervous. Like, I haven't seen you. I mean, I know I've been streaming a ton for the last month or so because of, well, again, from the heat and whatever else. And I was on vacation in August, but good to see you, man. So, yeah, we're going to hop into this. It's kind of what we were talking about. You know, we have a good idea what we were kind of expecting, I think. And from what I saw from, watching this a couple of times, like I said, it feels pretty much what I was expecting, maybe not fully. But again, we're not getting... This is not a gameplay trailer. This is a pure cinematic trailer. So what we're seeing here is not like in-game footage. It might be in-game, but it's not gameplay footage. You know what I mean? Like this is like maybe a cutscene to start the game off, or part of a cutscene that would start the game off. So Apple Zombies emojis are weird. Oh, so you got an Easter Island head? All right, that's cool. All right, so is everybody ready to jump in? Do you want to get... You got married? No, what the fuck, dude? I'm not supposed to swear this early in the stream or else I can get demonetized. What? So you were injured badly, hit your head, and then you woke up a month later and you're married? You're like, what the hell is this ring? What's going on? That's great, man. Congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. Just woke up in the Vegas desert like, I've got a ring on, I don't know. It must have happened. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. I have a friend of mine, actually lives down in your area, man, in the South Bay. And he and his girlfriend are expecting their first child. Like, huge news. Huge news coming from the South Bay today. Well, not today. I mean, it was... I found about that other thing like a couple of weeks ago, but I actually got married in Mexico last month. Awesome, man. That's great. Congratulations, man. That's great. So is like the kind of the wedding and the honeymoon all at the same time in the same place? That's fun. That's great. Okay, should we hop in right now? Give me a 1 in the chat if we should hop in right now. 2 if we should wait a few more minutes. That's great, man. That's congratulations, seriously. That's a zombie, man. That's a zombie. What do you mean? Dark wants to jump in now. Mitchell says 5. Okay. All right, let's jump in. Let's jump in. Let's get this zombies. Players is here. What's going on? I'm married to 10 different wives. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Let's jump in. Ready? Everybody's ready? Let's go. Let's go.
It is time. Mask up. Light them up.
I mean, this obviously right off the bat has a very, very, very Modern Warfare campaign kind of a feel, right? Anytime I see night vision, I think Modern Warfare at this point.
Go.
What is that device, by the way?
Oh, good.
A lot of people think this is Weaver. I do too.
Room's clean.
Liquid 115?
They're actually real. They're actually here.
There's more purple in that than I thought.
Let's go.
Liquid Dark Aether crystals?
Boss, we gotta go! It's the cops! Here they come! Put him down. Roger.
Okay, so you're seeing kind of PvP stuff, but it's not PvP. I think it's going to be PvE purely, but it's going to be the AI will be soldiers and zombies, so not pure zombies experience. Which I got to be honest with you, I don't love the enemy having guns in a zombies game, but we'll see. Oh, the crystals were already forming. Okay, so that is, I think that really is the dark ether crystals. And it's like terraforming that area, like, immediately. Okay, I think that's what it is. I never noticed that little crystal coming up from before. When the vial cracked. Yellow-eyed zombies? That's Samantha, right? Or was her blue? I thought Rick Huffman was blue.
Fuck. Looks like we have our weapon.
Did you notice who this is? Right here? We'll find out in a second, but...
Looks like we have our weapon.
That's dumb, by the way. Can I just say that's dumb? Like, anytime that you have whether it's a movie, a TV show, or a video game, whatever, and they're turning people into zombies to create a weapon that you can't control. Horrible, horrible idea. Stop doing it, people. I mean, in fictional universes and whatever. By the way, I see a lot of new people joining. Thank you for checking out the stream. Go ahead and drop a like. Greatly appreciate it. Let's continue.
We got intel that Zakhaev was planning something a few months ago.
By the time we worked out where he was operating, all we could do was go kinetic and hope to flush the bastard out.
She's from the campaign last year, right?
Then the whole town went dark.
Until we know what's going on, containment is the name of the game.
What's up, Big Nat?
No one gets in, and nothing, I mean nothing gets out. Clear?
Ravenov here has experience with this kind
That's
of...
Ravenov.
incursion.
Brilliant. He'll give you the lay of the land. Keep your head up and listen to him if you want to survive.
Report to SSO Green. Out here, this is her show! Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
This is us. Let's move.
Pre-order any digital edition and get the Zombie Ghost Operator
If you've pre-ordered already, put a 1 in the chat. I have. I'm one of those people that have pre-ordered already. I wanted to go back. No.
The whole town went dark.
Until we...
A couple of things I wanted to kind of quickly. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna read the article as well, and then we're gonna go over. Then we're gonna check out the video again. So here, let's get the light on him. They put the light on here in a second. If it looks pixely to you a little bit, it's pixely for me as well. It's pixely from the way Call of Duty put this out today. I don't know why it doesn't look awesome, but it doesn't. So, a lot of people are like, is this Weaver? Obviously the eye patch. And at first I thought the patch was on his right eye, and I was like, no, his patch was on the other eye, right? And then I went and looked it up, and that's this. It's definitely on his left eye, the patch. This is from Cold War. And again, if you you didn't get the info about yesterday, this Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is a direct sequel to Black Ops Cold War. It's fact, it's lore, it's canon, it's in there now. So if I say 115 and people are like, there's no 115, yes, there is now. It is completely crossed over. There was the teaser images that came out yesterday. If you're getting those texts from Call of Duty, we saw Weaver, we saw Dr. Gray, we saw Major Carver, we saw images from the original trailer for D Machina when that original teaser trailer came out. 2 of those images, and I believe basically the same picture but flipped for what will be the new. Warzone map, and also DMZ map, which is where our stuff here is going to take place. So, for me, I think this is probably Weaver, unless they're throwing a huge, like, FU to us and just throwing in a teaser of some other dude with an eye patch on his left eye, which is certainly possible. And you feel like, well, hey, that looks like lots of gray hair, plenty older than this. I mean, he's already going gray here. You can see the lines on his face. He was getting older. We got sent to prison at the end of Cold War. So maybe they broke out, and he's been kind of underground, lets his hair grow out, so he looks a little bit different. I'm kind of doing this all on the fly, so these are just some initial thoughts. So I'm thinking that's Weaver as well, but who knows for sure, right? We're not going to know until we know. My first thought about this was, Liquid 115, but it was either Liquid 115 or Liquid Ethereum crystals in Cold War that we got, right? And when I didn't notice this the first couple of times that I watched this trailer. What's up, Wraith? I didn't see anything in the chat. So the bots, not zombies, are going to be the cops. Again, Eric, we're going to have both, I think, is what it looks like to me. We're going to have... Again, from everything that was described to us from the YouTubers that attended the early event at Treyarch, again, they weren't allowed to ask questions. They were just given this like little speech and said, "This is how it is." And it's like you spawn in like DMZ at the edges of the map. You've got weaker enemies on the outside, and as you move toward the center of the map, there are harder and harder enemies that come in. It looks like from this. Now, again, this is just a cinematic, so I don't know. But it looks like from this that there's going to be AI humans with weapons that are going to be shooting at us like there is in DMZ already. And that also you're going to run into zombies as well. I think it's going to be kind of a situation where you don't know if, like, you see a pack of people over here kind of milling about this building or whatever that you want to get into to go find and extract with whatever it is that your mission is or whatever. And you don't know, like, oh, are those zombies, are those people, whatever kind of a thing. So I don't love zombies games where we're being shot at as the player, like in Vanguard with the big buff dude with the minigun, like, wah, wah, wah. I don't ever want to be shot at. And Exo Zombies, right, when you were forced to play those S&D rounds occasionally on carrier, and you would get shot at by the AI there, like, it was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. I didn't like any of that kind of stuff. Dr. Peck created the liquid ether. Is that fact, players? Dr. Peck. Did he create liquid ether? When was that? I'm assuming from Firebase maybe that came out, but I don't know. I don't remember that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to find real quick. And I just realized that you guys have been commenting quite a bit when we were watching the trailer initially, so I wanted to just catch up a little bit. Is this when he throws the... Yeah, here. Like, who thinks, like, you know what? To get out of this jam, I'm just going to turn everything into zombies. Like, great idea. But watch when it lands. See, and by the way, that's kind of why I think we're going to have this shot kind of right here is why I really think we're going to have human AI that we have to fight as well as zombies, because this looks like gameplay, right? This looks like you would do in DMZ or Warzone, like your sniper scope, and you're shooting a guy with a gun. That's a soldier or cop or whatever. Not crazy about that, but we'll see how it plays out. Okay, so this, I didn't notice the crystals forming. As soon as, like, the vial breaks and the crystals start forming, it starts terraforming the area. Just like an outbreak when you have the holdout objective and, Major Carver comes over the comms to, and you're like, hey, you got to, this crystal, this massive crystal is terraforming the whole area. Get in there and shut it down and do, whatever he actually says. But, so it looks like this is liquid dark ether crystals. And as soon as it starts to break, it starts terraforming the area. And then the like mist, the smoke of whatever, kind of forms around it and turns everything into zombies. Although, my question with that is, we know with Samantha, especially, like, she went into the Dark Aether, like, the whole Firebase Z mission was to pull her out of the Dark Aether. She was in the Dark Aether. She didn't get turned into a zombie. She got these crazy powers. But she was not, and time works different there and all that kind of stuff. I went over a little bit of that yesterday. But she wasn't turned into a zombie. So I don't know that this is straight dark ether crystal, like liquid dark ether crystals. It might have that as a component of it. This is perhaps a combination of dark ether crystals and element 115 together. Think about that for a second. Because I'm thinking of it just like right now. It's just popping into my head. That's entirely possible. Because it's a little bit like the dark ether crystals are pretty purple. And as you can see here, like that's purple. This is more blue with some purple. Like this a little, this is purpley on the outside, but blue. I mean, it could just be the lighting and all that kind of stuff as well. And we know with the element 115, that's blue. So it's possible that we're getting a combination of the two. So it's terraforming the area into like the dark ether, a dark ether hotspot, and also turning people into zombies that are in there because of the 115 in it. Do you think? By the way, like, you think that's possible? Like, instantly, the crystals start popping up, forming. Not popping up, you know what I mean? That's cool. That was wrapping up there. See, the mist is more purple than blue, for sure. Wait a second. Now, quick question. Like these guys, there's a guy here and there's this guy over here. They were standing, but there looks like there were people that were on the ground dead already. That come when this mist goes out, that they come back a lot. I mean, like they turn into zombies after they're already dead. Much like the Game of Thrones fans here, the White Walker. He can, the king guy, whatever his name was, the lead White Walker, could raise the dead. Remember, like in the final season, it's the Battle of Winterfell, and he's like, and it's like, oh shit. If that's the case, like we would never run out of zombies. The White King, thank you, bud. Be like that dude. He looked dead before, right? And now, by the way, Yellow Eyes is when Samantha's in charge of the zombies, and Blue Eyes were when Richthofen was. I always confused the two. I think that was the case, right? From old, Treyarch zombies. That's Ravenov. We got yellow-eyed zombies. Kind of orangey. But these guys, they have gas masks. I was gonna say those guys didn't get turned. The one he attacked, but they had gas masks on. So Ravenov again in the teaser that came out yesterday with the text messages that you can receive from Call of Duty. I made a quick post about it. We did a stream about it yesterday as well. If you want to go back and check that out. The whole thing about yesterday was, talking about this operator, whatever the guy. They've got a guy. They know a guy. Whatever. And the whole thing basically boiled down to it was Ravenov. So if you don't remember Ravenov, this is the guy in Firebase Z. If you played Cold War, I'm assuming everybody here has played Cold War, right? That he's the guy right at spawn. He's behind the glass. He's got his arm in a sling. He's like, I've been fighting these guys already. I can't help you, but I'll watch on the monitors. Like, hey, thanks, buddy. And then at the end of Firebase Z, after we get Samantha out, we kind of go our separate ways, and then we see him again in the first Easter egg for Outbreak, which is the Legion boss fight. I don't remember what the actual mission is called, but whatever. And he's the one when we go and turn on the power or lift the lockdown or do whatever, we hit the button at the beginning of that mission, once we get down into the missile silos. And he's beating the hell out of the soldiers, and he's trying to get like to unlock, like he's smashing their faces in like a retina scan kind of a thing. He's trying to get, to unlock the password kind of a deal. So he's, what do you call it? Defected. Thank you. From Russia to the U.S., whatever. This is in 85, right? In 1985, 86, whatever. And again, this is a direct sequel to Black Ops Cold War. It was confirmed yesterday, 100%. And also we're getting Black Cold War characters, so you know it from there as well. But the next Treyarch game is going to supposedly be Black Ops Gulf War. The Gulf War started in 1991, so is somewhere between like 86 and 91-ish. Doesn't mean it's just at the beginning of the Gulf War. It could be technically that went on for I think 20 years before they actually declared a ceasefire or a truce or whatever. So it could kind of be, I would assume, early to mid 90s though is I think what we can safely assume the next game, Treyarch game, will take place. And this will be between those two at some point. Although we don't fully know whether, like, this is a sequel to Cold War, but we don't technically know that this is actually necessarily before the events of the next Treyarch game being Gulf War. I would think so, but that could also kind of explain a little bit why, if that is Weaver, why he has, like, fully gray hair now. But when you get older, man, things happen fast. So he could just be gray. And Ravenov doesn't look much different. He looks older. I don't think this is gray. I think he's just blonde. And he's got, a full brown beard there. So.
Looks like we have a weapon.
We're coming up on the EZ. ETA 2 minutes.
And this lady is from the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, right?
By the time we worked out where he was operating,
We're gonna play through that again before the new game comes out, by the way. That's so.
Reported hostile contact. Then the whole town went dark.
And that's
what's
Ravenel.
going on. Containment is the name of the game. No one gets in, and nothing, I mean nothing gets out. Clear?
So I think this is basically us infilling
kind of
into the DMZ area.
Brilliant. He'll give you the lay of the land. Keep your head up and listen to him if you want to survive.
Report to SSO Green. Out here, this is her show. Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
That's who we were getting the text message from yesterday. SSO, whatever.
Pre-order any digital edition and get the Zombie Ghost Operator skin.
I'll be getting this on September 27th, and that's a week, 8 days from now. I pre-ordered the game. Obviously, I mean, I have a friggin' Call of Duty Zombies channel. On Xbox, I got the Vault Edition, and on PlayStation, I just have the regular version of it. We're gonna hop in and we're gonna pre-order. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're not interested, definitely don't pre-order. Again, I have a YouTube channel about Call of Duty Zombies. There's no way I'm not going to. Not gonna have it. So, yeah, SSO, which I don't know what that stands for, and what I don't know. Like, if you guys can see, I posted these things yesterday, but SSO SG, there. I don't know what her name is, but it sounded like she said SSO Crete or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that was all about that stuff yesterday, and then that's where we got the news today, that the trailer had dropped. So this came out at the same time as well. We're going to go over this. I don't know what this contraption is, but during the trailer, when this opens, that's when the guy goes, we're clear, the room's clear, like it's okay to take off your masks. But I don't think like this machine opening tells them that. I think he was like scanning some other way, and then this is like the liquid divinium, liquid divinium of the MW3. Like it could be the combo of liquid dark ether crystals and like liquid 115 as well. Again, because there is a lot of blue, not just purple. So it also, again, the dark crystals did not turn, the dark ether crystals did not turn people into zombies. Well, yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Didn't work this fast though. So it's one of the, maybe I'm confusing a couple things, because again, Samantha was in the dark ether for a long time. Came out normal, but is it when it's terraforming the area on let's just say in our kind of space time here, like Earth here, when it's doing that, then it will turn people into zombies? I'm not sure. Anyway, okay. Welcome to Operation Deadbolt is what this is being called. Operation Deadbolt. Introducing the lore of Modern Warfare Zombies. The Zombies experience arrives in the Modern Warfare universe as a team of multinational operators assist the members of Task Force 141 against vast undead hordes brought on by a second major enemy threat. Watch the trailer and dig into the lore of this massive open-world experience, launching with Modern Warfare 3 on November 10th. Looks like an Essence canister to me. Yeah, kind of. This is what I was talking about. One of the big things is I was asking you guys yesterday, because DMZ came out with Warzone, which is a free download, and the new map doesn't come out until December of this year. Like, there's a new one coming out. It will be in December, not when the game launches on November 10th. So one of the big things I had yesterday was asking you guys is, do you think this will come out, this DMZ Zombies will come out with the game itself? Will it be part of the on-disc, so to speak? Or would it be with I always want to say Outbreak, because that's the zombie open world zombies mode from Cold War. Warzone. And now we know it's coming November 10th with Modern Warfare 3, the game, not part of a package with Warzone. So that's actually great news for me, because in the middle of December, I have to go somewhere. I have to travel. And I would have been so pissed if that's when the game actually came out. I mean, it would have caused a lot of problems in my life. So I'm glad about that. But also, I'm glad that we're getting it sooner rather than later. And again, there will be more Call of Duty next, COD next, October 5th. I will do a live watch-along party, a big event. That's where we're gonna get more stuff about Warzone coming up, the future of DMZ, if there is a future of DMZ, and also the Zombies mode for Modern Warfare 3. So again, be subscribed. Cover all of this stuff. All of this stuff. What's up, Kanoka? I think Sam will return along with Klaus. With Klaus? Klaus is definitely blown up. Remember, he brought the bomb into MWIII, into the Avengers time travel device. If you look at that, by the way, look at the back of whatever, I can't remember, Infinity War, I think you could see it. In the back of Ant-Man's van, the whole time travel thing, it is exactly the same as what they used in MWIII Der Toten. That whole, where Valentina comes out, that whole thing that Klaus walks into at the end, I think they kind of stole it. Call of Duty, meaning. Anyway, but have a look at it. It's just like a bigger version. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Okay, looks like we have our weapon, which was what the guy says about, creating the whole zombies horde in the trailer. For the first time in Call of Duty history, Zombies is coming to the Modern Warfare universe in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Developed by Treyarch in collaboration with Sledgehammer Games, Modern Warfare Zombies is a signature cooperative experience that challenges players to team up with other squads to survive and fight massive hordes of the undead in the largest Call of Duty Zombies map ever. Watch the trailer, blah, 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 and then the breakdown below. Let's quickly go over this. So, again, I've told you guys before, what we know is either 4 teams of 6 or 6 teams of 4. I still think it's going to be 6 teams of 4. It could be 4 teams of 6, though. Don't know. I don't think that really matters, let's be honest. But you're each going to spawn at the same time, much like DMZ, but you are not fighting against each other. There is no PvP in this Zombies mode. It is all PvE, although the E isn't all zombies. It doesn't seem like. It looks like we're going to have to fight soldiers as well. So, again, I'm not super crazy about that as an idea. In the way it unfolds and actually plays out might be good. I don't know. I think this is going to feel, again, very much like DMZ, just with zombies. So I hope you like DMZ. I did, actually. I haven't played it now. I played it for a couple of weekends in a row and got kind of addicted to it. And then again, massive heat wave here, and I don't have AC in this room. It's over 100 every day, and I had to be in that other room pretty much for 2.5 weeks straight because it's just, you literally melt. So DMZ streams are coming up though on this channel soon. I promise. Just in preparation for it. It's a different way. Things work very differently than they do in any other game mode. So if you do have, Warzone downloaded, you've never played DMZ, you might want to hop onto it just to get the feel for how Zombies mode is going to play out in Modern Warfare 3. Because I think it's going to be very, 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 very much the same. I'll believe it when I say, yeah, Eric, all right with you. By the way, we left a secret message in yesterday's stream, and you obviously didn't watch it. So... Jose, what's going on? This is 2023, yes. Just confirming the year. We're all good. All right, the break-in. This is kind of just a breakdown of what we saw, I think. But we're going to go over what they say about it as well, so we can bounce our thoughts off of what they're actually telling us now, and then we're going to watch it again. The scene opens on a squad of men in military garb about to conduct a nighttime raid on an unknown location. A familiar voice calls in support to distract the local police, while the military unit moves up to breach the back door of a hotel building. Inside, they quickly plant an explosive, blasting a hole in the wall to reveal stairs down to their subterranean destination. What they find in that room changes the nature of the threat in an instant. I kind of figured, man. Don't worry about it. Don't even watch the thing. It's fine. So as we're going through this, let's retrace. So we just read that. This is the whole initial.
It is time. Mask up.
The initial breach of the wall into this building. So again, forming up very much like we're very familiar with since Modern Warfare 2019 of how things look and how things play is like a kind of in the campaigns. And again, we're getting kind of open world campaign, not fully open world campaign, but battles will be more open world-ish than they have ever been. So this is them about to breach the room. This is that hotel. I don't know what is that? Oh, that's a friggin' glow stick. Okay, it's got a little hook to hang on to his. Okay, I didn't know what the hell that was. I thought it was some kind of sensor, like or like a Mission Impossible kind of a weapon, where like the little tip, it looks like a pen, but at the tip, it's like if you touch it to metal or something, it would explode, or I don't know. It's a glow stick, though. Okay, I was wrong. And again, I still think that's so that's where we caught up to right here. I'm just gonna kind of go. We're gonna go through the text, and then we're gonna look at the trailer again and kind of do it piece by piece by piece. Never been to a rave yet. No, it's been a while. Again, that's Ravenov there. 4 heavily decomposed bodies are seated around a table, desiccated almost beyond all recognition. In the middle, almost beyond all recognition, we don't know. Pretty sure that's Weaver, though. If they do another dude with an eye patch like that, I'd be so pissed. They probably did. So anyway, in the middle sits a strange device which opens to reveal 2 vials filled with an active substance. One of the assailants grabs one and removes his mask to better inspect it, revealing himself as none other than Viktor Zakayev, the ultranationalist arms dealer and enemy of Task Force 141. Oh, that changes things. He appears equally surprised and pleased to have found what his team is searching for. So he's an enemy of our group of Task Force 141. That is Ravenov, who is our friend in BO4, and at the end of the trailer, we see him with Task Force 141. So, was he just infiltrating this ultranationalist group to gain intel, and then has been reporting back, or is he working both sides? I mean, he seemed like our guy in in Cold War, but one thing Call of Duty loves to do is just kind of, hey, that's the twist, and kind of whatever. So okay, let's catch up to that.
Oh, good. Room's clean. Oh, they're actually real. They're actually here. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Again, I think that's Ravenov anyway. I mean, it looks like him, right? The same guy at the end of the... That's what it looks like to me. The incursion, storing the 2 vials in a secure container, the squad leaves, only to find that the local security forces have raised the alarm and the military police have sent in reinforcements. The ensuing firefight is both explosive and bloody, and Zakayev's forces are severely outnumbered. As the skirmish continues, all but one of Zakayev's men are eliminated. Under fire and in desperate straits, he resorts to throwing one of his vials toward his attackers before retreating into his armored vehicle. The vessel shatters on the ground, and almost instantly, a cloying purple fog spreads rapidly through the streets, choking out the police forces and rapidly transforming both the living and the fallen into bloodthirsty zombies. So, this is what we were talking about 20 minutes ago, whatever it was. It will raise the dead, much like the White Walker, the King White Walker. What was it? What was it again? Play as the White King. The Night King. Not the White King, the Night King. Right? The Night King. And again, Game of Thrones and the Battle of Winterfell, and you've seen it in other places too. The Battle of, was it Hardhome? No. Whatever. Up north. When they're fighting the White Walkers and, being severely outnumbered, the only thing that beats them is Valyrian Steel. Well, this is not a Game of Thrones live stream. Let's not get into that. But then he raises his arms and they rise from the dead. So he can take you can transform living people with this substance, this vial, into zombies, and you can also raise the dead to be part of your zombie army. That means like everything that you kill playing through this DMZ, this new mode, like could potentially kind of just come back to life and get you. So like you could kill them, but it doesn't mean that they're fully dead. And that just might be a way of them. They don't need to do that though. I was gonna say that might be a way of them like giving themselves an excuse to kind of be able to like have more zombies just show up. But if you guys played Outbreak at all, you know like if you set off a nuke, you get a nuke power-up drop, right? And you pick it up, boom, everything goes and dies, you know, in that whole area. 5 seconds later, everything spawns from the ground again. So they don't really need to do that. They could just have, like, zombies come up from the ground. So this definitely has to be, like, a more story than just practical, you know, a way through this.
We gotta go!
Doing this visually.
Here they come!
Put him down.
Roger. Move out the target. Flank it up. Target sighted.
They didn't make it really clear that these guys are getting wiped out. To me, anyway. Looked like they were holding their own, doing all right. It's hard to tell which is which. But that's him under this pressure, feeling like he's just maybe one other dude. He says, "Screw it." Chucks the zombie juice. That guy gets shot in the head, and then instantly the crystals start forming. And again, that looks like Ravenov to me. Now this is the turning and raising of the dead into a full zombie army. We've got our army, or whatever it says. Because that guy just got killed, and now he's up. That's definitely Ravenov, right? So again, is Ravenov working both sides, or was he just infiltrating the squad to gain intel for us?
Looks like we have our weapon.
Looks like. Okay, let's get back to this. Storing the 2 vials. We read that part. Safe in the confines of their vehicle, Zakayev and his fellow squad mate. So maybe that's not. Is that not? It just looks like him, man. Is that not? What the hell? Ravenov? Is that not Ravenov with him? It looks like him, right? From in the, I don't know. Okay, look. Let's look at this dude. There. And is that not the same guy? Well, the beard is lighter. Maybe it's not. So maybe that's not Ravenov. I don't know. Fuck. I would think they would tell us in the blog. Okay. Safe in the confines of their vehicle, Zakayev and his fellow squad mate witness the transformation firsthand as one of their downed men screams and contorts, his eyes flashing red before attacking the closest survivor. That was not red. That was like a yellowy orange. Far from fearful, Zakayev smiles. This weapon is like no other he could possibly have conceived. The aftermath. Following the events on the ground, a helicopter descends onto the area of the outbreak as SSO Kate Laswell, that's her, and Sergeant Johnny Soap McTavish brief an unseen operator on the mission at hand, codenamed Operation Deadbolt. Accompanying the team is Captain Sergei Ravenov, an operator and mission specialist with experience in this kind of incursion. Leading them on the ground is one SSO Green. Okay, that's what she said, SSO Green. The group has intel. I don't remember her from like the campaign or anywhere else, though. The green lady. Do you guys remember her from something? Because I don't. And I will be playing through the campaign again for Modern Warfare 2, because again, Modern Warfare 3 is going to be a direct sequel from the campaign-wise and all that kind of stuff. And especially since we are using 141 as part of this stuff that we're going to be playing through on DMZ Zombies this year, to kind of refamiliarize myself, because I never really pay that much attention to the campaign. I play through it once every year, and that's kind of it. I don't really ever think about it beyond that. So, like, a lot of these people, I'm like, oh, that looks familiar. Oh, you look familiar, but I don't know the whole story behind them all. The group has intel that Zakayev was planning something a few months ago, but aren't exactly sure what that was. They're about to find out. The pre-order to unlock Megaton Green Red Skin Bundle. Well, you get the... Here. We're at the end. We'll watch it to the end here. Kind of like how they broke it down that way, so we can kind of go through it at the same time, like looking at it and reading what they actually are saying officially.
ETA 2 minutes. We got intel that Zakayev was planning something a few months ago.
By the time we worked out where he was operating, all we could do was go kinetic and hope to flush the bastard out.
One of our checkpoints reported hostile contact. Then the whole town went dark.
Until we know what's going on, containment is the name of the game. No one gets in, and nothing gets out. Clear?
Ravenov here has experience with this kind of incursion.
Brilliant. He'll give you the lay of the land.
What do you guys think?
Head up and listen to him if you want to survive.
Was that Ravenov in the truck with Zakayev or not? Is this guy the same as this guy? Not him? You don't think, Mitchell? I don't know, man.
Brilliant. He'll give you the lay of the land. Keep your head up and listen to him if you want to survive.
Report to SSO Green. Out here, this is her show. Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
Sounds like she's saying SSO Cream.
This is us.
I mean, I know you're talking kind of fast and it kind of all stumbles together. I would like that Megaton skin, though. To be honest,
Pre-order any digital...
I'm getting this, though, because I pre-ordered, so whatever. If you have, you'll get it September 27th for Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone, and for Modern Warfare 3 when it comes out. You're just saying all Russians look alike. Yeah, I mean, they do, right? Okay, so... exploring the lore. Until we know what's going on, the containment is the name of the game. No one gets in, no one gets in, and nothing gets out. That's from Soap. Suspicious. I don't know. Terminus outcomes. Terminus. Walking Dead fans. The guy in the chopper looks like a Viking. Yeah, I mean, does that guy not look like a Viking? To me, it's the same guy. That's Ravenov to me. They look way too similar, man. Is it his twin brother that's on the bad side, and we're going to find out he has a brother that, he's going up against? This is Call of Duty, man. I wouldn't be surprised at all, to be honest with you, if they tried to pull some BS like that. Okay, so Terminus, again, if you are a Walking Dead fan, you very, very, very much recognize that. Anyway, just interesting with zombies. Whatever. Okay. In this iteration of zombies, there are enemies both undead and alive. Okay, so there is human AI for sure. The threat from the living arrives in the form of Terminus Outcomes, a private military company hired by Zakayev as muscle. So is that, I'm assuming that's part of the whole DMZ storyline. I haven't played, again, I've played a little bit of DMZ. I've been having fun. I didn't do any of the raids. You can't do them solo, by the way. So I don't know if I'll ever actually do them. So I don't, like, I've been doing little things. I haven't done any of the big mission stuff on DMZ yet. And I haven't, at this point, it's been a few weeks since I even touched it. So I've been having a lot of fun with some zombie stuff. Okay, anyways. So I remember Terminus Outcomes being a thing in that, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember seeing Terminus Outcomes because it's a weird name. Okay. again, in this iteration of zombies, there are enemies both undead and alive. The threat from the living arrives in the form of Terminus Outcomes. This guy, Zakayev, a private military company hired by Zakayev as muscle, led by one Jack Fletcher. So in that picture yesterday, the text that I showed you guys yesterday, do I have pictures of it? And I was like, does this say Fletcher? It did, but they didn't have the T in it. The letter T. Where's the Fletcher? Here. Which is why I was so confused. So, oh God, where will I find it? It's not that. Oh, here it is. Right here. So this is what the stuff that came yesterday. What's part of the stuff that came yesterday. From the Call of Duty phone number that sent you the text if you sign up for it. Text message rates apply, so totally up to you whether you want to do it or not. Again, I mentioned it earlier in today's stream as well. So this is a picture. This is from the original trailer from D Machino. Remember, like the teaser trailer, much like we're watching the teaser trailer today for DMZ Zombies. During the teaser trailer for Cold War Zombies for D Machino, we saw this exactly and this exactly. And then we have Major Carver here, we have Weaver over here, and we have Dr. Gray down here. Okay? That's Weaver. Again, patch on the left eye. That is from the trailer. That is from the trailer. These are both from D Machina. This is, again, how we knew, as of yesterday, it was confirmed, Black Ops Cold War universe and the Modern Warfare 3 Zombies universe definitely 100% in fact connected. No. And here is that note that I was talking about. We're a go tonight. Fletcher. There is no T. Flecher. The guy spelled his own name wrong? That's Flecker. You dumbass Flecker. This, by the way, says if they are real, there will be no stopping us. I'm assuming that is signed Z, so I guess that is Zakharev, right? Or whatever his name is. What is his name? Zakayev. That has to be him, right? Because he's the one that wants this zombie army. So, mystery solved from yesterday who Z was, is Zakayev. And again, everything that's related. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So, that did say Fletcher. He apparently spelled his own name wrong in the note that he left. Sure. The surviving soldier, anyway, let's go back. So, led by one Jack Fletcher, the surviving soldier alongside Zakayev at the end of the trailer. Okay, so this is Fletcher. It is not Ravenov. Fletcher and Ravenov look a lot alike, and I don't like that. Okay. The surviving soldier alongside Zakayev at the end of the trailer. The PMC makes no judgment on their client's motives or ethics. If the money is good, the job is on. Veterans of the Dark Aether Zombies narrative will recognize the substance contained in the vials. Ethereum. Okay, so it is a liquid Ethereum, apparently. Now in a highly enriched state derived from processing vast amounts of the harvested crystalline form. Okay. So this is why you have to do the reading and not just watch. Don't just watch the movie. You got to read the book. Okay, so 100% it's liquid ether crystals, Ethereum. So I guess no 115 at all in that, huh? It's kind of weird that it's not like super purple. It's like kind of bluish purple, but okay. Operation Deadbolt, an emergency contingency plan put into action by the CIA. Operation Deadbolt was created in the aftermath of the outbreak events witnessed by Requiem operatives during the events of the Cold War. SSO Laswell is given the job of prepping the plan, placing SSO Selma Green on the ground as the de facto commander of the operation. When the team arrives at the exclusion zone alongside Soap and Ravenov, a few weeks have elapsed since the event shown in the first part of the trailer. Okay, so what we see at the end, the very end, with them in the helicopter getting out, is a few weeks after this whole action here that we saw during the trailer. Okay, makes sense. As a member of the team, your operator, we're just regular old operators. I mean, again, for DMZ zombies, I don't really care that much. But goddamn it, when Black Ops Gulf War, or whatever the hell it's going to be, Black Ops 6 comes out next year, we better have dedicated characters, not just these operators, just random people that you play at that you don't give a damn about. Give us full characters. What's the problem there? I don't understand. As a member of the team, your operator joins other multinational operators to counter the threat posed by the exclusion zone, all running under the basic tenets of Operation Deadbolt. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Modern Warfare Zombies available at launch. That is cool. I like that picture. Excuse me. Prepare to face off against a greater quantity of undead than ever before, as the members of Operation Deadbolt embark on a difficult and multi-stage tasks as Soap and company attempt to stop Zakayev and Terminus from plundering more resources, all while attempting to contain the current threat before it spreads out of control. Combining the very best of Modern Warfare map features and systems with the tried and true core features of Treyarch Zombies, Modern Warfare Zombies presents an all-new twist on the fan-favorite third game mode, launching alongside the campaign and multiplayer when Modern Warfare 3 releases. Again, if you pre-order digitally, at least, you will have access to the campaign on November 2nd. You don't have to wait until November 10th, exactly like they did last year, where they released the campaign a week early to those that pre-ordered digitally. I think digital only. I don't know about physical copies. Is anybody buying physical copies anymore? One, if you are all digital now, and two, if you still buy physical copies of your games. In the chat, please. Get ready to contain the incursion across different regions that escalate in difficulty with core zombies features and a cavalcade of secrets to discover. Ready up for an open world player versus environment PvE extraction survival experience shared with other squads, along with a number of special story missions. Basically exactly what we've been talking about, what we've thought for a long time now. Expect to face a variety of unique elements, challenges, as well as cinematics to reinforce the major story developments. Take on the hordes of undead this fall on November 10th, 2023. Jose, that was for you. Again, this is exactly what we thought. So one more time. You're going to load in, same as you do on DMZ, with other squads. In DMZ, you can fight each other. In DMZ Zombies coming this year, you will not fight each other at all. You are only fighting the AI. There will be AI humans, meaning bad guys with guns that you need to fight. And there will also be bad guys, meaning zombies. As you move, you spawn in on the outskirts of the map. As you move closer and closer and closer toward the center, where probably more things are, the harder things are to find, the more difficult missions that you're going to get will make you go into more of the center of the map, and then there are also going to literally be subsections of the map, exactly like they did in DMZ, where you literally go into a tunnel, in through a door, and it takes you leave the current map that you're on, and it brings you into, like, Cochet, like that new map area, and there is the Rhino guy to fight, and whoever his pal was, I don't remember, the Jackal or something like that. It's kind of, basically DMZ was kind of Infinity Ward's version of, since they don't do zombies anymore, even though IW Zombies is a great game. It's kind of what they did. They basically did little Easter eggs with DMZ. And now they're doing, basically, it's play DMZ. It's free. It's part of Warzone. So if you have Warzone downloaded, or if you don't, go ahead and download it and start trying playing DMZ a bit. You'll get yourself ready for what's coming up with the game this year. It's going to be DMZ, but with zombies. I think, like, literally exactly, it's going to be DMZ with zombies. That's it. I don't think there's anything else really to kind of really figure out about it. I mean, it's DMZ with zombies. That's it. There is no kind of ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just all it is. Pre-order, get this skin. Again, comes out on the 27th of this month, but you can use it in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone going forward. Let me just hit on that real quick. Everything you have in Modern Warfare 2, meaning your weapons, your weapon levels, the skins that you've unlocked for all the camos, the various bundles that you've bought, if you've bought any, in Modern Warfare 2, will carry over to Modern Warfare 3. They ran into a problem, and they kind of had to, because basically what we're getting with Modern Warfare 3, I mean, as far as multiplayer stuff and all that, and story campaign goes, is really DLC for Modern Warfare 2. Let's be honest, okay? And they're charging us $70 for it, so they kind of had to make that stuff transfer over, or people would be really pissed. The whole DMZ stuff, again, that's kind of transferring over as well, but it's not DMZ anymore. It's DMZ Zombies, or DM Zombies, as I'm calling it. So that will be different at least. But anyhow, yeah, all that stuff is going to transfer over. And again, they kind of had to, because they're charging us for a full price game when it's really basically DLC. I mean, you can argue that if you like, but I mean, I argue with somebody else, because you're not going to convince me. I mean, I'm excited for the zombie stuff, and again, I played. It was about a month ago, for like 2 weekends in a row. I didn't play it for throughout the weeks, but like 2 weekends in a row, I played DMZ for the first time ever. I never got into it. I didn't like Modern Warfare 2. The way the game played, whatever. I didn't like it. So I hopped in DMZ about a month or so ago. Let's just say a month and a half ago, whatever. And for 2 straight weekends, I played the game mode, and I had a lot of fun. As a solo player, it can be an absolute nightmare, because what happens in DMZ is you load in with a team of 3, right? And then from there, we don't need to spend a lot of time on this, because this is not going to be how it is in DMZ Zombies. You can get people to join your squad. So you can have teams of 6 running around the map, hunting down like all the solo players, all the other players that are out there. So it can be a little bit of a nightmare for solo players. So you have to learn to kind of be sneaky, and you're not going to 1v6 a team. You're just not going to. So you can't really face them. You have to hide and kind of go around, and it's kind of cool that way. But you have a time limit. On DMZ, it was 25 minutes. On this game, we're going to have 60-minute clock. Every time you load in, as we know now, you're going to have a 60-minute timer counting down, and you have to exfil. As they mentioned in this blog post here that we're going over, you're going to have to exfil. So you're going to go in with a specific mission in mind. So again, the missions can be as simple as you have to exfil, meaning just like you did on Cold War. Every time you called in the chopper, you could exfil, like you did on the round-based stuff or on Outbreak. So you guys know what exfilling is. Your mission could be as simple as you need to go find 6 game consoles and extract with a total of 6 game consoles. You can do it like one at a time if you want to. But they're kind of hard to find. So generally when you spawn into the map, and it's like you're near this little town or village or whatever, and there's these buildings, you go check out the buildings, see what's in them. So you might spawn in, and like in that first couple of buildings you go through, you might find a couple of those game consoles that you want to extract with. Like, oh, I need these. This is part of my missions, like that I'm working on. So you might get in and then want to get out like 5 minutes later. And that's totally fine. Not everybody on the map has to exfil. Not your own squad does not have to exfil at the same time. So if it's me loading up with like 3 of you guys, let's say it's 6 teams of 4, right? And by the way, I think I really will be playing with a lot this year with you guys. I'm sure you can load in solo, but you're always going to be with a squad. It doesn't sound like you're going to go in solo at all, really. If you can go in full solo, obviously I'm going to do that. But I might be playing this a fair amount with you guys this year, so be subscribed. Most of the time I will be playing, I can tell you right now, I will be playing on my Xbox. I will play on PlayStation from time to time as well. But just be subscribed, be ready to play. Only thing I ever ask right now, I mean, we don't need to go into this now because the game's not even out for another couple of months, but if you do sign up, it's like, hey, I can play with you on Wednesday at 10 a.m., whatever my time. Please be available for that time. If you're not going to be available for it, like you're only going to be there for 30 minutes, that's not enough. Don't volunteer, okay? Don't volunteer to be a part of it. Don't try to be a part of it. You're just going to fuck us up. And I know things happen in life, and like, well, I was going to be able to, but such and such came up. Yeah, sure, I understand. But if you know you're not going to be able to like sit down for a real gaming session, like, don't volunteer for that kind of stuff, please. I mean, me saying this isn't going to change anything, but just please don't. Eric, I'm down to play. That's great, man. That's awesome. I will love it. It'll be fun. I wish it was more of a. I mean, you guys know me if you've been following me at all. I'm a solo player. I was talking yesterday about how there's plenty of stuff I haven't done on older Call of Duty Zombies games because you cannot do them solo. So I just like, well, what's the point? Why? I'm not even going to bother. So that. I mean, like DMZ, you can load in as a solo and just do no fill, but you are technically loading in, as a squad. You can join other people can join you, or they can kill you. And again, if you're, if you're solo and they're looking just to go out and kill, whatever, it doesn't matter. Why am I explaining DMZ that much right now? We don't need to go over that. Mitchell, I'm up to play if I get a Series X. That's cool. I'm a Sony pony. All right. Again, I will play on PlayStation as well. I don't want to make it like just for Xbox people, especially when more people have PlayStations than have Xboxes. But I just prefer to play on Xbox, so whatever. But I will do both. I will definitely do both. And did you guys see it leaked yesterday, or was it this morning? The new Xbox console that they're designing and going to release. It's going to be an Xbox Series X without a physical disc, so it's going to be pure digital. I don't think it's due to come out for a couple of years anyway, still. But I love my Series X. I'm totally fine with it. Let's get back into this, okay? And in addition to all the benefits you'll receive for pre-ordering Modern Warfare 3, detailed in this blog post, there's a new pre-order benefit you can claim. Soon you can instantly unlock the Zombie Ghost operator skin by pre-ordering or pre-purchasing any digital edition of Modern Warfare 3, either standard, cross-gen, or Vault Edition. Who is buying standard still? Who's still on? Well, who's still on an Xbox One or PlayStation 4? In the chat, anybody still like on the last gen of console at this point? I mean, because you could definitely. Cole, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Well, you've been like just lurking here, Cole, not saying hello. Good to see you, man. Mitchell, you're on an Xbox One? Yeah, you're just getting the Series X though, yeah. I mean, I get it. It's $500 to $500, man. It's fucking, when you got plenty of shit to play. No, it's all good. It's all good, dude. I'm just saying hi. I didn't know you were here. It's good to see you. Yeah, dude, especially the way things are now. And I was just talking about this the other day with some friends of mine too. It's like it didn't used to be that everything was priced at the maximum price that people could get for it. It used to be there was some cheap shit out there that you could get because it wasn't like absolutely necessary or whatever. And like that's just not the world we live in anymore. Especially like I live in LA. Gas is $6 now, man. $6 a gallon. And there's a cheap place right over here. It's like I think like 3/4 of the gas is actually water and not gas. That's $6 a gallon over here. But everything is max price now. Even you go to 7-Eleven, it's like candy bars are. We could get like $2.25 for that, but not a penny more. We should be selling it for $1, but we can get it from, at $2.25. So we're going to charge $2.25. Like nothing is cheap anymore. Everything is the max price that they think they can possibly get away with selling it for now. It's just insane. Move away from LA, yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's the other thing too is LA doesn't even have like good internet. Like I just part of me is sometimes just want to move. Like I can do this from Montana. It would be a lot cheaper, and I bet you they have better internet. Whatever. If you pre-order, sorry, okay. If you pre-order before the start of Modern Warfare 2 Season 6, the Zombie Ghost will be available for you to use September 27th. So apparently, Season 6 starts very soon. You've got basically a week to pre-order digitally to get Zombie Ghost. Oh, no. You can do it after that, and it'll be available immediately. Okay. The Zombie Ghost Operator skin can be used in Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Warzone, and will carry forward into Modern Warfare 3, starting at game launch. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Blah, blah, blah. This is just kind of nothingness. Midwest, way cheaper. Gas is only $3. Yeah. I mean, the taxes here are fucking stupid. Anyway, I like this. We're going to save this. Should we watch the trailer one more time now that we've gone through this completely? I mean, I think we get it now, right? Let's watch it one more time. I'm not even going to interrupt it. We're just going to watch it all the way through. I think I'll wait and see how the mode is received by the Zombies community before I buy. I totally get that. I'll be honest with you. Well, first of all, if this game didn't have zombies, I wasn't buying it. Even as a kind of content, Call of Duty content creator, I wasn't going to get it. Or I might have bought like the cheap edition for one of my consoles. Definitely not both, and certainly not a Vault edition. Because I didn't like Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer at all. And like, you know, I have a zombies channel, but like when I'm kind of not doing that stuff and I'm just hanging out here at home, and like, you know what, I want to hop on and, you know, play a video game. I usually like to play multiplayer. And I just have not enjoyed multiplayer. We're going on a while now, but I really did not like Modern Warfare 2. Don't have to go into all the reasons, whatever. It just is how it is. So if this new game didn't have zombies, I don't think I would have bought it, period. If I didn't have a channel, I definitely wouldn't have. Now that I know that it has zombies, it's like, okay, I'm definitely going to get it as a zombies content creator. But much like you, Cole, like, I don't know that I would necessarily pre-order it if I, you know, like if I like DMZ for Modern Warfare 2, 100% I would pre-order this. If I didn't care for DMZ in Modern Warfare 2, I'd be like, I'm going to wait and see what happens. So you guys let me know. Are you pre-ordering? One, if you're pre-ordering. Two, if you're going to wait and see. Let's watch this. Again. I'll shut up.
It is time. Mask up. Light them up.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I know I said I wouldn't interrupt it this time, but that's just something new that struck me. Are they doing a kind of seance around this? I mean, they're not holding hands, but they were all, like, they're dead. I mean, they're, you know, whatever. It's their skeletons, right? Like, if you look at their hands here. Almost skeletal, not quite. Were they doing a type of seance around the Ethereum? The liquid Ethereum? Are we going to get mystical in this new game? Kind of curious to see what the hell happened to Weaver and the gang around the table. Yeah, I mean, we think it's Weaver because, as you saw, it's the eye patch guy. And Weaver would definitely be, you know, this around this age from, you know, what we saw in Cold War. Again, if it looks a little pixely for you guys, it does for me as well. This is just the trailer they released. I don't know why it looks like this. I don't know why it doesn't look better, I should say. I'm trying to make out anything else on the table, and I really can't. Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just like the cobwebs that's on these guys that have obviously been there for a long time. Which makes me kind of think this is... I think it's going to be a fake out. I don't know that that's going to be Weaver. I think it's going to be a fake out, to be honest with you. I don't know. Last multiplayer I truly enjoyed was BO3. I mean, I don't disagree with that necessarily. Don't we also see Ravenov later in the trailer? Yeah, Ravenov definitely shows up at the very end. And we'll go, like, there's another guy here in a minute that I thought was Ravenov, but it's not. We just find out for sure going through the blog post, it's definitely 100% not Ravenov. They look very similar. Anyway, it looks kind of like they're doing a seance type of thing to me here. So around this, the liquid Ethereum, which makes me think that really that's not Weaver. Weaver does not strike me as a mystical type of, woo-woo kind of guy at all. So if that's what was happening here, I really don't think that's Weaver. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think.
Room's clean. Oh, they're actually real. They're actually here.
This is the Zakayev guy. Again, from the note yesterday, signed Z. It's Zakayev now for sure.
Boss, we gotta go! It's the cops!
It's this guy right here that looks like Ravenov, but it's not Ravenov. Him. No, I didn't mean to. Whatever.
Boss,
him.
We gotta go! It's
2 containers are missing. Yeah, it looks like at least 2. There could be 3 are missing from it. Yeah.
Put him down.
Roger.
From the one, the players was talking about from on the table that he pulled those 2 vials from. And again, the blog post confirmed we are getting human AI, meaning guys like that we just saw firing at us, and we're also getting zombie AI to fight. That's a liquid. Instantly starts terraforming as soon as it lands and breaks. Right there, you see the crystals coming up. The mist will come out. It turns people that are alive and the dead. It raises them from the dead and turns them into the zombies. Again, very Game of Thrones-ish. That's the Ravenov looking guy in the front seat now. It is not Ravenov though. That is not red, by the way. That's fucking yellow. Orange at best.
Fuck.
That dude.
Looks like we have a weapon.
What a terrible idea.
We're coming up on the EZ. ETA 2 minutes. We got intel that Zakayev was planning something a few months ago.
That was Ravenov. That's so.
All we could do was go kinetic and hope to flush the bastard out.
One of our checkpoints reported hostile contact. Then the whole town
This
went
is
dark.
Ravenov.
Until we know what's going on, containment is the name of the game. No one gets in, and nothing gets out. Clear?
Ravenov here has experience with this kind of incursion.
By the way, secret cameo, Raptor 1? Is that Raptor 1? Come on.
Ready yet? He'll give you the lay of the land. Keep your head up and listen to him if you want to survive.
Report to SSO Green. Out here, this is her show. Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
This is us. Let's move.
Okay, that's it. Okay, let's see what the poll results were. I asked in the poll, the top of the chat right there, does this have you excited or not? 20 of you voted. 90% of you say this trailer has got you more excited about Modern Warfare 3 Zombies than before. So, Raptor 1 is back. Truly the reason to get the game. Let's go, dude. Yeah. I mean, see, that's part of it. That's the whole thing. Again, the funny thing about this whole trailer is, when, especially at the end when they're talking, that lady and Soap are talking to us. He's Velociraptor 1 now. There you go. is that we're the silent one in the trailer. We're the ones that have nothing, literally nothing to say. We are purely the viewer, the voyeur of all of this. And again, it was one of the problems with Cold War. And, you know, I like Cold War. I like Cold War a lot. I'm not a Cold War hater by any stretch. I think the game was, yes, too easy. I think the Easter eggs were too easy. Overall, I think it was a very fun game, though. So I'm not at all a hater of Cold War. I really liked lots of aspects of it. Plenty of stuff to really love. I like how they made grinding for camos and earning Ethereum crystals and all that kind of stuff to upgrade, especially at the beginning of the year, was very fun and a great idea. The one thing that I really hated, and it's a big deal, though. It's a really big deal to me, at least. And I think probably whether people realize it or not, it's a big deal for them as well. So let me speak for you like a douchebag. But when you are just some kind of faceless operator, it's why I'm making hey, it's Raptor 1. You know, there was the second Outbreak mission that you go on, Operation Excision, I think it was called, right? Oh, and the first one was Operation in Versailles. That was what it was. But during the one where you fight the Orda at the end on Outbreak, Operation Excision, the whole thing is they shoot down Raptor 1 right at the end. You do it, you complete the mission. It's like, hey, we did it, yay. And then Kravchenko comes in and they shoot down Raptor 1. And the community at large was like, oh my God, no, not Raptor 1. Because he was the only person that we even kind of knew. And we didn't really know him. He was just the guy that came in to exfil us every time you were going to exfil. Whether you did it at the end of D Machina, if you did the full Easter egg. Whether you were just exfilling on round 11 or 26 or 31 because you were camo grinding or Ethereum crystal grinding. What you were never like is, oh no, my operator, what's his name? Like, I can think of, like, again, I was doing this yesterday, and it was no word of a lie. Park is the only operator whose name I can remember. Outside of like when they added Woods and they did like a, you could play as Samantha Maxis, but that's not like canon as far as playing it, because again, when you do the missions, like you could play Firebase Z as Samantha Maxis, and the whole point of being the Firebase Z Easter egg is to rescue Samantha Maxis from the Dark Aether, and you pull her out at the end, like, and then you're playing as Sam, and you have Sam coming through the Dark Aether, and again, it's the same with the Outbreak Easter egg operation in Versailles, where you go into that first cutscene with Ravenov, and he's like, "Hey, where's Maxis?" And you're standing there as Maxis. So it's, like, they don't get you emotionally involved, and they don't get you emotionally invested in the characters of the people you're playing as. So it takes away from the overall effect of the story. It just does. And again, as far as DMZ mode goes, I don't particularly care, like, that we're just going to be another faceless operator and virtually nameless. I won't, again, there was like 10 or 12 operators that you could play as. I remember the name of one of them, and that's literally it. So, and again, the kind of ultimate example to cross-reference those two things is at the end of Blood of the Dead, when Richthofen gets into that machine and it takes his blood, and he, no, save me, I'm the good one, and you're a doctor, please help me, and you're like, oh my God, like there were people literally crying because that version of Richthofen died. Like we weren't done with all the Richthofens, it was just that version of him died. But there were people that were crying about it. Nobody cried about some random operator that you cannot even think of their name. So that emotional investment gets people really into the story. That's how you develop that kind of cult following that Zombies had. That made it I think it's more than a third game mode at this point, but they keep treating us like we are the third game mode, and meaning Zombies fans. Again, even though Zombies Chronicles, best-selling DLC of all time. And it was $50. And it was the best-selling DLC of all time. That's how small the zombies community is. Again, I think they've got some priorities that they need to kind of straighten out. I'm really curious. I would love to know how well the Samantha Max's bundle sold in Cold War, especially compared to like everything else from like all the other bundles from Cold War. I'm really curious, like how well it did. I bet you it's the only bundle I've ever paid for. Only one. Anyway, I think it's a huge missed opportunity. Again, as far as this DMZ Zombies goes, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because it is going to be... it's going to be DMZ. And again, if you've played DMZ, it's about you going in with your friends. It has nothing to do with really the characters that you're playing as. It might as well be a kind of nameless random operator. It won't matter because the story isn't going to be about that person, I don't think, at all. I think it's literally going to... It's an exfil, tactical exfil shooter where there is no PvP in this mode. It would purely be PvE, even though there will be other operators, other groups, other teams not landing, but spawning in to the map at the same time as you. There will be no PvP, which could, it could be a lot of fun. We'll see. There's going to be a ton of some of the bigger missions, right, that I was talking about a little bit before. There's going to be like the subset of the map. So there's going to be the map at large. The stuff that's easier will be on the outskirts of the map. The stuff that's harder will be toward the center of the map. And then in that area too, there will be literal sub levels to the map as well. So you're going to, in the case of DMZ, where you literally go down into a tunnel and go through a door, and now you're closing off Al Mazrah to you. You are no longer able to go and play Al Mazrah. That's the map on DMZ, the big map. And it's the Warzone map as well. Now you are playing in this new area, and you cannot go back to Al Mazrah. You cannot go back to the main map. You're down in this area. This could be like the Cochet map, right? And now you have to make your way through there, and that's where like the harder bosses, the harder stuff is. The Rhino guy and whatever, again, the Hyena or the Jackal or whoever the hell. That's where the bigger mission stuff is. So it could be the kind of a thing where, again, I mentioned in DMZ, like every team starts off as a squad of 3, or you can solo. You can do it solo. You can do it as duos. A max level of 3, but you can assimilate other teams, and you can have now a group of up to 6. So you could theoretically, at least all 6 of you load in at the same time and go into Cochet to try to do this mission, which is fairly difficult to kill this guy or whatever, and then extract with the weapon case or whatever, right? Or you can think of building 21 or anything like that. And it could be the kind of situation now where it sounds like, anyway, we're not going to know for sure until we actually get into this, obviously, but let's say it is 6 teams of 4 that load into a map at the same time. All 6 teams, 24 people could, I think, at least theoretically, the way it's set up here, the way they're telling us, we could all enter that underground like area, that subset map, to try to do like the main boss fight together, even though we're randoms, like we don't know the other teams. We could end up doing that. And this is, again, assuming that doesn't happen, or, you're just going to do it as your own squad. This is why I'm going to need you guys this year, because like if you're trying to do those missions on DMZ solo where you go in and fight the kind of bosses, it's really hard, man. There's a lot of AI down there. You get a lot of tier 3 AI, meaning they got full armor. They don't miss when they shoot. You've got to really kind of be strategic, and you have to be pretty good with a gun in Call of Duty. It's not like going up against pro-level multiplayer players or Warzone players like that, but the AI can be quite good, and there's a lot of them. So probably, if it sounds like it's going to be the same deal with this mode coming up with Modern Warfare 3. So that's why I'm probably going to need you guys help. So I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to try to do some stuff solo, whatever. But if it is really that way, like I'm going to definitely need you guys to help me out. So I'll be probably this year. Sounds like I'll probably be playing a lot with subscribers. So, if that sounds fun at all to you, again, go ahead and subscribe and be there for the streams. Again, I'll ask. Again, we're ways off from this now. There's no point in me even going over. But if you are here, probably you guys that are here now, players and Eric and Cole and Mitchell, you guys seem like you would be in for a full gaming session. At least, I could do this for the next 2 hours or something like that. So I really wouldn't worry about you guys. But there's been times where, I haven't done it in a while. It's been quite a while, to be honest with you. But there was a couple of times where, hey, let me hop on and play with you. And it's literally I'm streaming to one person. This is a couple of years ago, whatever. Not like now where there's 4 or upwards of 5 people at a time watching. And I'm like, sure, fine, whatever. I'll play, load up and play. And 10 minutes into it, hey, okay, save the last zombie, by the way. Okay, no problem. Bang, they killed the last zombie. Dude, I just asked you. Fine. Get to the end of the next round. Just save the last zombie, though, okay? Okay, I will. Bang. The fuck are we doing? I mean, so you also, be there. And I also had this one kid. I don't remember who it was. If you're here or you watch this later and this was you, I'm not ripping on you. It was just funny. I mean, I doubt that you were around anymore on my channel. But I had this kid ask me, hey, can I play with you? Do, whatever. I don't even remember the game we were playing. I don't remember which map we were doing. And again, it was one of those kinds of deals where I was streaming to one person. And I was like, okay, sure. And 10, 15 minutes into it, the kid's mom came into his room and was like, I told you to clean your goddamn room. And he put down his controller and he just starts running around his room, picking shit up. I was like, okay, the stream is over, man. I'm done. Again, so I have no intention of doing that kind of thing ever again. But hopefully, again, you guys that are around, you would, I think, be down for it, sticking around for the stream and doing all that kind of stuff. Well, you sometimes stream while I'm at work. No, I totally get that stuff. That's what I'm saying. But obviously at that point, you wouldn't say, yeah, sure, Mitchell. You wouldn't be like, oh, I'll play. Yeah, I'll jump into this game with you, because you're at work. You can't, right? So why would you say yes? But that's what I mean. So long, watch and check it out while you're at work. Great. I don't mean that you guys need to be ready at all times to go. I don't mean that at all. I'm just saying, if I set up a streaming schedule, I'm going to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon Pacific time until 4 p.m. If you can be there during one of those times and you want to play, let me know. Whatever. We'll try to set that stuff up. That's all I mean. So, if you say, hey, I can play during that time, then, be there during that time. Otherwise, I would assume you just wouldn't, if you knew you had to work, you wouldn't be like, well, I'll play, but I have to work. Then you can't. So, what's the point? You wouldn't do that, though. You know what I mean? So, I get that stuff. I'm not saying, locking you guys in. I'm not Eric has to play on Tuesday at 8 a.m. I don't know. You guys got lives. You got work. You got jobs. You got, whatever. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll call in. Dude, this, when you start calling it, because I've done it a million times with my jobs, it's just okay, I think I don't want to be there anymore. That's the kind of signal that you give to yourself. I mean, if it's a special day, launch day comes out, it's no, man, I'm sick. Because at 10 a.m. the new Zombies comes out. That stuff, yeah, that's when you call out. But when you're just calling out, hey, is it busy tonight? Do you guys need me? I'll stay home. It's cool. It's over. Look for something new. Anyways, okay. Point a gun at their heads and they'll play. Unfortunately, fortunately, I should say, not unfortunately, the only gun I could point at them would be that little emoji pistol in the chat there. So yeah, it should be a fun year, though. I think it will be a fun year. And again, if you haven't played DMZ and you have Warzone downloaded, check it out at least. And again, playing as a solo player, if you do play solo, it can be very frustrating. I'll tell you that right now. And the good thing about this mode coming up is that there will be no PvP. So, in DMZ now, again, you can load in as a solo player and people can quickly assimilate into a team of 6. And there's ways to cheese it. You can't start the game like that. You're not supposed to be able to load into the game, like as two separate teams together, like in no, but you can like say like on the count of 3, we're gonna like hit launch, and there's a fairly decent chance you're gonna get put into the same lobby. Because DMZ mode is not extremely popular. I mean, you could probably get into the same, lobby as your buddies if you were trying to do two teams 3. Anyway, on that mode, like they can gang up on you pretty quick, and you can get overrun, and it just becomes, it can become a bit of a nightmare. But if you don't have the kind of douchebag teams doing that, like you can also try to pull in other people into your squad, like kind of create a squad. I did it a bunch of times where I'd see another solo player and like they're kind of tracking me, and I would just kill them. And then because of proximity chat, you'd be like, hey man, I'm not going to take any of your stuff. I'm going to revive you. I'm just trying to do this whatever mission over here. So I'm not taking any of your stuff. I'm just making it so now that he's on my team, he can't kill me. So if I kill him and then revive him, he's literally on my team, and I don't have to worry about him. So I would do that kind of stuff fairly often. It would happen to me as well, whatever. But they would, people would kind of, they get a kill, and then in DMZ you could plead for help, meaning you're dead, like full dead, but you're not out of the game yet. You can plead for help, but it sends out this signal to everybody on the map. And then what these people would do is just literally kind of squat that kill and wait for people to come around to revive them, and then just kill those people. It just, again, the people that do that kind of stuff on DMZ, to me, I'm convinced they really want to be good at Warzone, and they're not. So they're going into this mode where it's an extraction shooter, where you're really trying to do missions. You're not necessarily there to kill other players. You're just trying to get, complete this mission and do whatever. And then they can kind of catch you off guard and whatever. But in this mode, so I'm saying, like, if you want to get familiar with what you're going to be dealing with for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, DMZ Zombies, play DMZ now, but you're not going to have to worry about any of the PvP stuff in this new Zombies game that you have to deal with in DMZ currently. So you'll get an idea, but you won't have to deal with a lot of the same kind of, like, nightmare stuff, like, oh, God. When you just want to hop in and, I want to go find the 6 corrupted files or the secret mission folders, and extract with those, or fight the AI and just go do these things. Like, it sounds like on this new game, like you'll be able to just do that stuff and not worry about any of the people. It sounds like really like all the other teams were, I'm sure there'll be some way for them to try to sabotage you. We have to see what the missions are, because people will do that. But at least they wouldn't be able to directly kill you and just take you out of your game that way. So I don't know. I didn't even know DMZ was the thing until you started talking about it. I mean, Eric's one of the, he's been on it since the beginning. There were plenty of people that have been on it, and a lot of, well, I don't know about a lot, but plenty of, like, I'm revising that in my head as I'm thinking about what I'm saying. There's a couple of Zombies YouTubers, streamers, that when DMZ came out, they actually kind of switched over to, like, that was what they were doing for this last year. And, there was no zombies, so they want to do something. I get it. And again, it was, for me, it's been kind of fun. I didn't enjoy the initial Modern Warfare 2 stuff, and I was just like, well, I don't want to hop on and do this other game, learn this other game mode when I don't enjoy the basic, like, time to kill, the gunplay, all the kind of stuff, like the typical Infinity Ward type stuff to me. Sorry. So I just never bothered. And again, the mode did not take off the way they Call of Duty had hoped that it would. And a huge part of me really thinks that, with this new game coming out, meaning Modern Warfare 3, they were kind of like, okay, DMZ didn't really fly. People, I mean, there are always people that think every current game is the best game ever, Call of Duty wise. But for the most part, the multiplayer was not received well. People didn't like the maps, didn't like the gunplay, didn't like the time to kill, didn't like a lot of stuff. So that Modern Warfare 3 is basically, truly, literally DLC for Modern Warfare 2. I think they were like, okay, well, we have a small but dedicated DMZ crowd. The Zombies people haven't had anything since Cold War. Vanguard we're throwing out because they didn't take it seriously. There's no reason why we should. Why don't we put those two together? And it's another reason for people to buy the game, pay full price, pay $70 for this new game that is basically DLC. So, you know, Vanguard was just a dream. It was a nightmare. I'll give you that. It's still shocking to me. Like, if there was a class action lawsuit about being misled, and people were suing them, like, I paid for this game, and like, because you know, with digital copies, it's very hard to get a. It can be very hard to get a refund for it. Like, as soon as the game comes out and you've played it, you're kind of stuck. I mean, that's not exactly it, but it can be. You can haggle with them a little bit, you know, go back and forth, but it becomes, you know, becomes a pain in the ass. You don't want to do that. And you don't like just load into a game, play for 5 minutes, go, oh, I know that I don't like this, or no, I know I do love this, or whatever. So if you played that for a week and then you're like, you know, I hate this, there is nothing here. And ironically, speaking of, you know, you don't just load it and play immediately. In 10 minutes, you could literally play everything that what there was to offer for Vanguard Zombies in that first. What was that first thing called? Was that Terra Maledicta? Was that what it was? When you were loaded into that red star map in the center there. But there were 3 like different objective modes, and then that was it. 10 minutes, literally, you could play everything there was to offer in that game mode. It was just horrific. So, like, if there was a class action lawsuit against them, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. What a goddamn terrible game. So, anyway, I think DMZ mode in Modern Warfare 2 is actually in a pretty good. It's in pretty good shape. I don't think they need to do anything crazy. So, really, now that they're, I mean, it's literally just DMZ. Then they're adding some Zombies AI into the map. Is all it is. And obviously the story, they're catering around it. I would assume that they have Cold War, the Treyarch, you know, writers, same writers that working on the main story, working on this as well, or at least advising, so they don't trip over the actual story that they've set up and the lore that they've already set up in Cold War. I would hope. I just hope it's fun. I think it probably, honestly, will be. And so long as they create enough missions throughout the life cycle for the next year after this comes out, it will be a fun game to play in. It will be a fun game to stream. I don't know about videos themselves, like how much there actually will be for that. You can do kind of guides on this stuff, but there's a lot of stuff, but that's kind of my issue. That has nothing to do with you guys. I think they'll add new missions each season like DMZ. I mean, if they don't, they're crazy. Yeah, they would absolutely have to. There's going to be kind of like boss areas, like kind of, again, those subsets stuff. Like if you've played DMZ, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, don't worry about it. But there's going to be like boss type enemies, but they're not going to be like, I don't think anyway. I'm guessing we're like the boss fights that we have in this DMZ Zombies is not going to be like the Legion boss fight or DE boss fight or anything like that. They're going to be much, 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 much smaller scale. It's more about the mission to get in there and kind of infiltrate and solve the puzzles to get to the area. But I could absolutely be wrong about that. And again, I'd be perfectly fine to be wrong about that. I don't think it's going to be about the boss fights, though. I think it's going to be much more about do all these little missions and stuff that you need to go in there and collect and remove, exfil with and do all that kind of stuff, will that be fun? Will it be engaging? Will it not be literally looking for like a matchbook on this a Warzone sized map? Like, that's annoying and tedious. That stuff's not kind of fun. But if it's like, hey, once you learn the map, you realize like, oh, if I need to get in and collect 10 bandages and aspirin bottles. Like, I know once you learn the map and you've been playing DMZ, like, oh, there's a hospital over in this area. There's a hospital over in that area. So you kind of, regardless of where you spawn into the map, there's a hospital kind of nearby. And then hospitals usually have those things. So you can go and find there, such and such and such and such. Or, it's like, hey, you need to exfil with 5 encrypted hard drives. Well, I know that there's a computer store on Vondel that's over here. And on the Al-Mazrah map, if you go into the police stations, they normally have encrypted hard drives in there. And there's a police station here, there's police headquarters over here. But you also know that the AI is going to be very strong in a police station or police headquarters or whatever. Makes sense, right? It would be well guarded. So all that kind of stuff, like if they do that, when they have done that with DMZ, if they continue doing it with DMZ zombies, it'll be fine. It's just really a matter of how well will if it's too much Infinity Ward and not enough Treyarch, it's going to be an issue. I'll say that. Because if they think they can just throw in some zombies AI into DMZ and have that be it, like, that's not going to fly. But as we see with the trailer here, like, I think they're pretty well setting it up. So it's just going to be weird that you've got Task Force 141, the typical Modern Warfare type people involved in Treyarch zombies. It's just a little bit weird seeing that now, right? Like, it doesn't, like, you don't belong here. What are you doing? And that's just something you need to get over. And again, for me, it's not that big a deal because I'm not a huge story guy, like campaign story guy. Like, I play it once and I'm gone. I'm out. I'm done. So, like, I know the name Soap. I know a couple of the names, throughout the campaigns, but I have no real, like, I don't know the story of Task Force 141. I don't really care, to be honest with you, either. I know a lot more about Richtoff and Tank Dempsey and Samantha Maxis, and that's the stuff I care about. And Raptor 1, of course. So, all in all, a pretty decent trailer that's got... we're going to wrap it up here, and we're just going to go, because I'm just babbling. It feels very much like a kind of Modern Warfare campaign mission, like the trailer stuff. Anytime, again, when I see that night vision, it's like, oh, this has got to be a Modern Warfare game. Do you guys like that map, by the way, on the multiplayer? What's it called? The night vision map? I don't know what it's called. I don't. It's funny because, like, if you try to play multiplayer now, half the maps as you're loading, like, people see it, and if you have the chat on, you're like, oh, not this map, and then they bail. And the night map is always one. The night vision map is always one. The Mesa border crossing, definitely the worst map of all time as far as I'm concerned. A multiplayer map. What an abomination that is. I like in principle, the idea of it is actually kind of cool. It does not play well at all. Never did. This should not be a map. They should have realized that and said, fuck this. This doesn't work. Anyway, there's a good 3 to 4 to 5 of those kinds of maps in Modern Warfare 2. And people are just like, nope, out. And then the lobby timer resets and they try to make a team again. But anyway, yeah, if this mode will be fine. It will be fun. It could be great. It could be a lot. I might personally find it to be a lot of fun for the year because I like DMZ. And again, I'll thank you guys, especially Eric, who's been pushing it all year, but plenty of you as well, other people, saying, no, it's good, check it out. And watching streams from other people like Westy and Fixate and Stoddy. it's been fun. So like if they can add zombies into it in a good way, again, like let enough Treyarch seep through, so it doesn't feel like just Infinity Ward with a couple of Treyarch zombies thrown in. It could be a very fun year. Like it probably will be a very fun year if they do that. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good year. Like it's not going to ever replace my round-based zombies love at all. It's kind of like Outbreak. Outbreak was fun and for what it was for the most part. You know, once you played it too much, it got boring though, and I don't want that to happen with DMZ zombies, because like with Outbreak, it's the same objective that you're doing. You know, there's a handful of objectives no matter which map you're on, and you just repeat. You're doing the same thing on however many maps there are now, 7 of them or so, and you're doing the same shit again, the same objective every map. You know, you do the same stuff again and again and again, and it just gets boring. And with DMZ, it's happening on a much bigger scale, and if they do it like DMZ, this DMZ zombie stuff, like if it's truly like an exfil type of game that DMZ has been, where you are collecting certain things and maybe kind of piecing together an overall puzzle. And there are plenty of missions, by the way, where you're just like, I'm just trying to make it so, like when you upgrade your, think about it this way, when you're upgrading, collecting the Ethereum crystals in Cold War to upgrade your shotguns to level 5, to upgrade your Juggernaut to level 5, to, you know, stamina up and all that kind of stuff that you were doing. There's plenty of stuff like that in DMZ where like, I just need to be able to carry more cash. So I need to go find 6 bandages and 7 duct tapes and blah, blah, blah. Simple stuff, not like amazing, like, wow, I can't wait to go get bandages. But when the game is fun, it's fun to do. And if the exfil situation is fun and all that. And I like that part of DMZ. So if they have plenty of that kind of stuff, like I'll be good with the game going forward. It'll be good for a year. Then I am going to want my round-based stuff as well. Like I'm not going to be done with that. But if we can have this kind of running concurrently with our round-based as we go forward, that could be awesome. You've been watching Westy? Yeah, a fair amount, Eric. Like quite a bit, to be honest with you. I like his content. Outbreak is fun. I enjoy it for grinding. Yeah, it can be. Again, it just gets, for me, doing those same objectives over and over again just gets to be too repetitive, and it becomes not fun for me. It just becomes boring, and again, it's like I can't do the same shit over and over and over and over. I'm going to get bored and want to leave. They should call that Outbreak 2. Outbreak 2. Yeah, I mean, where are they? Operation Deadbolt is what they're calling it, but are they calling is this a mode that they have a name for? I mean, it's not really, right? Operation Deadbolt, but it's not like they're not calling it DMZ Zombies. They're not calling it DM Zombies. They're not calling it Outbreak 2.0. The Zombies experience arrives in Modern Warfare universe as a team of multinational operators assist members of Task Force 141. Demilitarized zombies. I mean, I don't think it really has a name that they've announced, at least. I mean, DMZ Zombies is what I'm calling it, but I don't know that it has a name like Outbreak or like DMZ already kind of attached to it, but I mean, it kind of doesn't matter. But, yeah, I mean, and maybe with Outbreak 2 or Outbreak 2.0 or whatever, maybe with Treyarch's game next year, there will be a literal, because there's going to be zombies, so you have to choose which thing you actually want to load into. You're not just going to play zombies, and there you go, whereas you're just playing DMZ, and this is the world. Do you want to play D Machina? Do you want to play Firebase Z? Do you want to play Outbreak? Do you want to play Mauer? Do you want to play Forsaken? Okay, you want to play Outbreak, but do you want to play Outbreak Survival, or you want to play, blah, blah, blah. So there still very well could be an Outbreak 2.0. I would be really surprised, to be honest with you, if they didn't have an Outbreak 2.0 for the next Treyarch game, the game that comes out next year, because Outbreak was successful. It had a lot of new players. A lot of people played it. So I don't think they'll abandon it by any stretch. And it's not that they can't. Nothing is ever going to replace round-based. At least for me, it's not going to ever replace round-based zombies. Like that, to me, that's kind of the bread and butter. That's what I love. But there are things that can run concurrently with it that just kind of add to the lore, add to the mystique of it, or just so you're not grinding the same map. Because you get like 4 maps a year, maybe 5, depends on the game. Like with BO4, we were super lucky. We got 8 maps total. But that's huge. We didn't get that with any other game. I mean, Outbreak, when you say, okay, there's the 4 main, the round-based stuff, and then Outbreak. But Outbreak had, I don't know, again, like 6 or 7 different total maps. So you could kind of say that had more maps, but I would argue with that. To me, that's 5 maps. That's the 4 round-based plus Outbreak. Yeah, but if we had something running alongside with it, like, it doesn't have to be one or the other, and it doesn't mean like, oh, they're taking these guys off of it and they don't have time to spend on it. Like, no, it's just the team. They're doing their job, and that's part of their job, is doing the Outbreak 2.0 stuff or whatever. So anyway, I would be very surprised if there was no new version of Outbreak in the game that comes out Treyarch's game next year. I'd be very surprised. And depending on how well this does, this DMZ Zombies, it could be like, instead of Outbreak 2.0, it could be DMZ Zombies 2.0, or just DMZ Zombies Continued, or whatever. Because again, if you've not played DMZ, I would check it out. If you have friends that are interested in playing it as well, I would advise playing with other people. If you do play solo, know that some games are going to be an absolute nightmare because you're going to get ganged up on, and there's really nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And then you'll also be able to kind of, once you learn a few things, and I'm kind of still at this stage where I'm learning stuff. I played for literally 2 weekends. That's it. You can you'll learn some stuff, and you kind of know, use a silencer, because it's not like Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer where you don't show up on the map. You do show up on the map. So use a silencer in DMZ, especially if you're solo. Biggest plot twist in Gulf War doesn't have zombies. There's no chance of that. Can you imagine? People would fucking lose their minds. Can we get 3 more likes on the stream so we hit 20? Is that possible before we leave here today? Can we get, like, if anybody's here that did not leave a like yet, just, we're this close. We have 17 just to get us to 20 likes before we end the stream today. I mean, it's new zombies that we're talking about. Everybody's excited, right? You got to be excited. I'm excited. I am genuinely excited, by the way, about this. I don't mean to sound flip about that. Like, I'm legit, like, I'm looking forward to this, man. DMZ, again, I have a limited amount of experience with it, but the experience I do have has been fun. I did like Outbreak for what it was, although ultimately it ends up being a little bit boring. This is Treyarch working on this. It is a direct sequel to Cold War. So we're 1 away. Thank you guys. We are 1 away. 1 person leave a like that hasn't left a like yet, please. Yeah, like this could be a lot of fun, man. This could be a lot of fun. This could be a good year. I think it's going to be a better streaming year than it is a video type of year. Although, again, that's purely about my situation. That has nothing to do with you guys and the content you're going to be seeing. If I'm making videos about whatever, obviously you'd be seeing that, so it affects you in that way. But DMZ is more about the gameplay rather than it really is about making guides and this and that, whatever. But there will always be like, these are the good guns. This is where you will usually find the key that you need to unlock the MRAP and, blah, blah, blah. If you have no idea what I'm saying, then you don't play DMZ yet. You'll get it soon. So, it's going to be a good year, I think. I think it'll be a good year. And we are right about the 2-hour mark, so let's just go ahead and call it there. I'm excited now. And again, probably we're not going to get too much between now and October 5th, which is COD Next. I will be live streaming that. I'm not attending the event. I will be streaming a watch party with it. There is going to be more info about zombies during COD Next. That's been told to us, so we know that is coming. That's not guessing. We know that we're going to get more information at that point. So I'm very excited about that. I hope you guys are. 8 maps and Outbreak. Okay. You're the main source. I'm glad to see you back streaming. Oh, Mitchell. God damn it. I dare you to stream World at War campaign or COD 2. I don't have either of those games, to be honest with you, man. Ooh, let me ask you this. I want to wait, and I think I'm going to wait to do this. And thank you again, Mitchell. Yesterday for the $2 as well, and today again with another $2 dono. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm going to stream the Modern Warfare 2 campaign again. I'll do it over 2 days because it's a fairly long campaign. This was like 7 hours, 7.5 hours. I'm going to stream it again before the new game comes out, before November 2nd, which is when the Modern Warfare 3 campaign, early access, if you pre-order digitally, you will get access to it November 2nd. And the full game comes out November 10th. And I will be streaming, obviously, as soon as the game actually comes out, we will be streaming DMZ Zombies immediately upon release. But I'm going to stream the Modern Warfare 2 campaign again. Now, I think it's a better idea to stream it, let's say, the end of October, meaning that Modern Warfare 3 comes out on November 2nd, the campaign. So to me, it seems like a better idea to stream it toward the end of October, where things will be more fresh in your mind leading into the next story. Does that seem right to you guys, or would you like me to stream it much sooner than that? For me, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to just replay it because, again, I played it once the day it came out on stream, and I have not thought about it since. I'm not a big campaign person for Call of Duty. I just kind of don't care about the campaign. If they did not, like BO4, people were just, I'm taking this personally. You don't have a campaign. I don't give a damn at all. Okay, cool, whatever. Doesn't bother me at all. But I suppose knowing a little bit more for me about Task Force 141 would be kind of a good idea since they're part of this DMZ Zombies mode that's coming. So, but I think I'll probably wait to stream it toward the end of... Dude, we are almost in October, which for me means horror movies all month long. And like Halloween, the original, the classic, my number one ever. I have recorded on my DVR right now, The Shining. Love The Shining. I haven't watched The Exorcist in years. And I wonder if it holds up. I don't know that it would. Like the makeup and stuff in that. Like I know like when the time it came out, it was one of those movies where people are passing out left and right in the theaters. People are vomiting on their neighbor in the theater. Like, because it was so crazy and violent, and it wasn't really violent. Well, yeah, it was. But it was like just so out there for people at the time. But I don't know. It seems, I think that one's probably like a little bit silly as far as how it's aged. It's still a good movie. But I don't think it has that same kind of visceral, like Michael Myers walking at you with a knife in a dark house, like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, ah. Scream is one of my top 5 all-time horror movies, the original Scream. Love that movie so much. You have no idea. I just watched on Netflix. If you guys have Netflix, check out The Pope's Exorcist. I think it's not a particularly good movie, let's say, but Russell Crowe is really good in it, and he seems like he's having a ball. He seems like he's really having a lot of fun doing it, and honestly, it makes it completely watchable and a lot of fun. So I don't think it's very good. It was still fun. The Black Ops campaign was amazing. Only one that was subpar is BO3. BO3 campaign sucked ass. I remember that. I remember playing through that. I don't think I ever even finished it because I was like, what the hell is even going on? Like, I was confused. I just remember being confused and being like, I don't like this. And I don't want to do it. The Advanced Warfare campaign, it's my favorite campaign I've ever played. I love that one. That was good. I can't like fully remember the story, but I remember parts of it. And I remember doing the missions and thinking like, this is cool missions. I like this. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's coming out, isn't it? They made a movie about that. There are. Do you guys watch Red Letter Media here on YouTube at all? They did an episode a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't remember anymore. Where there were two movies that came out that were basically like Five Nights at Freddy's, but it wasn't Five Nights at Freddy's. There was a Nicolas Cage one and another one that I don't remember what they're called. But there is a literal Five Nights at Freddy's movie that's coming out like in a couple of weeks, right? Players, I think. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I never actually saw that, although I've heard good things. Spoiler, you died getting the surgery and are going through Taylor's memories. Oh, BO3, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, BO3. I don't even remember who Taylor is, so don't care. Flat out don't care. I just remember being like, what the fuck? And I've played I played BO1 on stream too. The campaigns I'm talking about. Did I do the COD Ghost campaign? I think I did, but I don't remember. Didn't do BO3. We did IW not too long ago, like 2 months ago. Because I hadn't played through that one, and it gets talked about as being like one of the best campaigns ever, maybe the best, and I flat out disagree. Guy who says train go boom. Is that the Tucker? Oh, we hit 20 likes. Thank you guys. It's this time of year, man. Like, we got a trailer, we've got a full blog post kind of going over it. I actually really like this. That like they broke down the trailer like kind of section by sections, and we've gone through it. You know, if you're just getting here and you're like, you know, go through it like we did. You can go back and watch this. We watched the trailer and kind of talk about what we're seeing, and then we went through it section by section. They explained what's going on in the trailer on the Call of Duty blog, and then we went over and watched it again, knowing what they're telling us here as well. So, Ben Gates, I'm like the 20th like. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And we're at 21 now on my screen anyway, so thank you guys very much for that. You should go back and play the older CODs like COD 2, which has my favorite campaign, COD 3, World at War. The only thing that would tempt me is World at War just to play. You'd have to play the original campaign and then do the original, maps, Nocturne and Toten and stuff. Other than that, I have BO1 and I can play all of those maps on BO1 rather than World at War. Campaigns to me mean very, very little. I don't think about them. If you asked me to rank them, I'd be like, I don't know, I don't care. I just take a pile with all the names, throw it against the wall. Like, that's the order that it goes in. For me, although I would say probably Advanced Warfare campaign on top for me. Blasphemous to a lot of people, I'm sure. But I mean, I liked the BO1 campaigns and BO2. I remember liking them. What actually happened in each of them, other than what are the numbers, Mason? Like all that kind of stuff. I don't remember. Because again, it's just that's not my thing. So, okay, I'm gonna look this up real quick. Okay, so yellow eyes are Samantha, Ludwig Maxis as well, Dr. Maxis, and the Forsaken. Blue under Richthofen, red under the Warden and Court Effects. Whoa, we're not talking about that. And white under the Avogadro. That means when they're kind of telling the story, when they're in charge, right? And that's when it changes on Moon. You can see it when Samantha takes over the soul of Richthofen. So I guess technically we're looking at orange eyes here. So it wouldn't be yellow, the Samantha or Dr. Maxis or the Forsaken. But maybe the Forsaken? Maybe Sam? She's in the Dark Aether at the end of Cold War. Again, blue was when Richtofen was, in charge. Red only ever, that was for the forget Vanguard. That was for Mob and Blood, I guess, but that I think stuff is done. That was the only time it was that. And white under the Avogadro, which I guess would just be transit. Although I don't remember now on Alpha Omega. Were the eyes on Alpha Omega of the zombies, were those white? Red is Shadow Man, technically. Just show me the pictures, man. No, you're not showing. Oh, in the... Yeah. You guys can see what I'm looking at here. I was just curious, were the zombie's eyes white in Alpha Omega going off of this, what I was saying there. And that's the picture for it, but I don't remember actually in-game. And they're not... Yeah, they were. Okay. They were white. All right. Fair enough. Pugstar, what's up, man? I'm a little late to the stream. You are very late to the stream, but it's okay. Totally okay. Don't worry about it. We are about to sign off. It's an exciting day overall, though, man. It's an exciting day overall. Maybe in Gulf War, Ravenov fully defects to the U.S. Yeah, well, it said in the teaser material that we got in the text messages yesterday that, he had defected in 84? 85? Not that one. Let me try to find it real quick. This is the file from June 11th, 1985. Current whereabouts unknown. Ex-Spetsnaz counterterrorism defected in 84. So technically he has already defected during Cold War. But... Oh, Jesus. Oh, this trailer's wicked. It got me super hyped. I really want that ghost skin because it looks sick. Yeah, I mean, if you pre-order, you get it. So it does look cool, by the way. That's almost guaranteed what I'll be playing the day that we load into this, like that it comes out, because I did pre-order, so I'll have access to it. I am going to be playing as... with that ghost zombie skin. And, guys, stay tuned as well. If you're not subscribed, whatever, just be subscribed for... Again, probably this year I'll be playing a lot with subscribers for the multiplayer stuff, the zombies, DMZ zombie stuff. But just when all the new information comes out for... when you can preload the beta, for which system, what time is it coming out, and all that kind of stuff. I always make videos about those things. So, just make sure you are subscribed. This is me being a bad YouTuber. I don't like to tell people to turn on notifications because I don't like having a ton of notifications on. I have very few notifications turned on, period, for anything, because I don't like my phone constantly going off or whatever. But this time of year, when we are going to be getting quite a lot of new information, that's relevant to what we're all interested in here, which is the zombie stuff. And like, hey, it's coming out at this time, whatever, and you can start preloading it now. Especially for me, because I don't have great internet. Speaking of, how things are here in LA. I just don't have access to like particularly good internet. Although it could be better, and I need to switch it to whatever. It doesn't matter. But be a bad YouTuber. I already am, I think, a bad YouTuber. But yeah, it's that time of year where there's going to be a lot of information that comes out. And like somebody had posted yesterday, like because about the whole text messages thing that I got that I put on my Twitter. We talked about it in a live stream yesterday, and whatever. He's like, dude, I'm glad you're keeping up with this because I sure as shit don't have time to be able to do it. So it's great that you can make these videos and do these streams and whatever. So there just is a lot of information that comes out at this time of year, and it can get confusing, and there can be a lot of it, and you just end up missing it. So if you want to turn on your notifications, it's not a bad time of year to do so. And then after November, basically just turn it back off. I mean, keep it on. So when I post a video or go live, the good thing is that like when you post shorts, like that doesn't get sent to notifications don't go out for shorts, which is good, I think. But I was talking about it yesterday, like putting the video out today of the Mauer der Toten underwater Easter egg that, as far as me and Pugstar are concerned, is solved 100% now. I streamed it on Saturday, so if you're like, well, what's the resolve for that? You can watch that stream, or be, just again be subscribed, and you do get notifications from shorts. You're not supposed to. According to YouTube, you don't get notifications from shorts. So that's weird. I'm kind of, as the other thing too is like when a new game does come out though, or like a new map drops or something like that, I start to feel a little bit bad because I might put out 3 to 5 videos in a day, just kind of explaining, this is how this works, that's how that works, this is where all the perk machines are in Wonder Phase or whatever, and this is how to turn on power if it's a little bit weird, or whatever, anything like that. And you don't want to flood people's feeds because they get pissed. Like, all right, man, that's enough. Like, I get it. But they, at least thankfully, they don't send out notifications for everything that you do. You only have like 3 notifications per day, and other than that, they're like, no more. So anyhow, I think I think we're good. I think we're good for the day. So that video, by the way, the Mauer video will be coming out soon. Again, I don't want to wear out my welcome, so to speak. And I didn't know this stuff was coming out today, so it was kind of like, so I put out the video of the trailer itself, and now we're doing the live stream of kind of analyzing everything. Which, there's more to it than I had initially thought, and it's more than just, like, it looks like a campaign mission for Modern Warfare, which it does, the trailer. But there was a lot more to it, and I'm kind of glad that really glad, actually, that they put out this blog post at the same time, explaining a few things for sure. We still don't know if that's Weaver. Sure looks like Weaver. It's a guy with an eye patch over his left eye. The hair being gray, it would fit the timeline for him, like, to be gray at that point. Although he was arrested, like all of our crew operators were at the end of Cold War. Was Weaver arrested? Did they get Weaver? I think they did, right? I just played through the Forsaken yesterday? 2 days ago. Do I have that? No, not there. Weaver, Gray, Strauss, and Carver. Well, they were all arrested, right? Because I can picture the other ones in handcuffs being led away. I can't picture, for whatever reason, I can't picture Weaver. No, this is none of it here. Sorry, I realize I'm not talking. Operation Excision. Cutscene. I have where the Forsaken comes in. I have the subway from Berlin, like for the Mauer trailer. I have when Samantha was confirmed. How exciting was that, by the way? Leading up to Cold War, Samantha, was confirmed. Sam was in it. Like, she presses the buttons on the payphone and it spells out Maxis. That's her code. It's like, oh my god, it's fucking Sam. EF Forsaken, full D machine. Let's start now. Free fire. No, I guess I don't have it. Or not that I can easily find anyway at the moment. I might not show them in handcuffs, but multiplayer show them. MPs show up behind him. Oh, okay. I mean, we could easily go look it up, I guess, just on YouTube itself, but whatever. All right, that's it. What are we doing at this point? We're just kind of babbling. Okay, that's it for today. It is exciting. I am excited. I didn't know this was coming today. I love and hate when they just drop something on us, because it's like, again, if I had known this was coming out, I would have been up and ready for it, and like sitting here in my station with everything ready to record, and going live faster and sooner. But at the same time, it's like, ooh, they dropped a thing. Like, oh my god, this zombie stuff. Like right now, I was sure we weren't getting anything until COD Next, October 5. And that we got something today, more than a little something too. Like a full, not just like a teaser trailer. This is a full 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Like, they gave us a lot here. This is like a full trailer. And with the blog post kind of, again, explaining stuff. And it was nice as well. Like, I was very confused whether that guy in the truck was Ravenov, because he looks very much like Ravenov, and they said in the blog post it's not. It's another guy from what the hell was whatever his unit was called, these mercs. So it was an exciting day, and we're gonna get more. Again, you can be subscribed, turn on notifications for now, because there's gonna be like stuff coming out, probably little secrets, little drips and drabs of like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? And then, of course, I will again be streaming a watch party for COD Next on October 5, and we will play through the Modern Warfare 2 campaign again before the Modern Warfare 3 campaign launches on November 2nd. If you have pre-ordered digitally, you get early access again. So we will play through that again. We're going to wait until next month before we do that. More zombie stuff is coming, man. It's very exciting. Have a great day. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you, players. Thank you, Pug. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for everybody that did show up. Especially thank you to those that left a like and subscribed on this live stream or in the VOD as you're watching later. Have a great day. It's a very exciting time to be a Zombies fan.